Okay, so hello, I'm Joseph Carrillo, the Wolf from Messiah Slutty. I'm going to leak some media secrets that I didn't even know existed. So, again, I'm Joseph Carrillo, the world famous AList Slutty. I made an album 7 years ago. It was released by Skyline Entertainment Publishing, which was owned by Brian T. Gibbs on April 17, 2018. It's probably the stupidest thing I ever did. I don't know why I did it, but it's the stupidest thing I ever did in my life. So here's the thing. The thing they might have on the album, I might know about. So I'm going to try to fix it. But here's the thing. What I thought was a prior restraint, which is a government censorship against the media. It's not that way. It's within the media itself. It's not a prior restraint. It's a editorial decision by Michael Moore, Dan Pacquano, and Joe Rodriguez. Joe Rodriguez, I worked for San Jose Mercury News as a columnist the day that he did my 2010 election article, Budget Woes, about the city of Morgan Hill. I'm going to leak some secrets about this. It's got to be quite intense. So, you can't just censor. Okay, so I was worried it was a media problem because I like people to write about me. I like people to take my picture. I like people to interview me. So I was worried it's a media problem. Look, it's not, and that's a good. That's satisfied. At least it's not that. But anyway. I thought it was because of SSI, because Laura Manning and Dr. Suez. It's not. There's no prior restraint. I was worried about that. I thought just that they would use something that happened to try to censor my media. They're not going to do it. It wasn't real. So they have another trick which is real, and I remember the stunt. So before the first time I ran for Morgan Hill City Council, there was a few publicity stunts. Now the first one was a bike and wagon on Castellano Road, which should have got publicity, which I actually should have had a publicist. I think at 17 years old, as a teenager, I should have had a publicist. Some child stars need a publicist if they're that talented. So I definitely should have a publicist. I did a stunt without a publicist. I did a second publicity stunt without a publicist. I got a fictional thing for a movie, Grizzly Heist. I got a Grizzly Handyman 4 bike, Rhodes car, without a publicist, which is not recommended to do this kind of stunt without a publicist. Still didn't get publicity, so I did a mainstream kind of stunt without a publicist, and it's like an e-scooter, but it's also like girls' pigtails. It looks pretty cool. I think it looked cute. I think cute publicity stunt without a publicist, but I didn't know that the mainstream publicity stunt. It looked mainstream, but I don't know the mainstream publicity stunt would go after my media. It's like publicity stunt blocks publicity is an oxymoron, but that's what they're using. So my Almost Say Blackout Studio album, I found out, might have public utility tags to block it from spreading. So this is not a oh yeah yeah, so this is not a special ed type of thing. It's not a learning disabled type of thing. It's not even a kid type of thing. It's like, this is for keeping like water mains and high voltage lines out of the mainstream media. This is a critical infrastructure. This is not simple stuff. This is for keeping the big stuff out of the media, and that's what they're using on mostly Blackout Studio. So I simply have to scan the Old Say Blackout City album for utility or critical infrastructure and move that as well. I already moved the Handy Fox and Independence, but I guess I had to remove like critical infrastructure utility because they use that for screening anything they like out of the mainstream media. So like this is what without this, okay. So I'm gonna explain some steps here. There are only a few public works workers in the mainstream media. I can name a few public works workers in the mainstream media. One is Superman, was Spider-Man, was Batman. Well, without this uncodified ordinance, it's called uncodified ordinance. Without this uncodified ordinance, you would have a million. You would have one from each public works department throughout the United States. So you would have like 19,000 Superman, 19,000 Batman, 19,000 Spider-Man. It's not simple stuff, and it's definitely not kid stuff. Definitely not learn disabled stuff or disabled stuff or that kind of thing. Because without that, you could see how far it would spread, and that's why they have PIOs. You know, every city has a PIO that their public works department, fire department, police department are supposed to go through their PIO. The only people that don't have to go through PIO are the ones I was running, city council or mayor. So city council or mayor could talk to the media directly. Well, everyone below, like public works director, public works assistant, they have to talk to, utilities director. They have to talk to PIO, and that's the problem. So I don't even know why they would tag a 10-track studio album as critical infrastructure. If they did, that's a evil trick I had to fix. I had to remove the tags from the album, which I thought I removed any of the other tags from the album. But I am going to go as far as I have to go, no matter what collateral that was. I just thought I would let you know that the thing I learned, no, it's not a prior restraint. There's no government law preventing any journalists from coming. They could write about me as long as they like, which is good. They could interview me as long as they like, which is good. They could take photos of me as long as they like. That's good. I like it. So there's no media constraints. It's just this thing City of Morgan Hill did, which any city could do. City of New York, City of Morgan Hill doesn't matter. If a city wants to hide their critical infrastructure, they have procedures for that. This like uncodified ordinance, which I thought was a big deal, which they could just hide. It's designed for hiding critical infrastructure, okay, like power lines, water mains, maybe in trash compactors in this city, etc. But it's not designed for hiding welcome CSIs. I mean, you could, if it's designed for hiding power lines, water mains, and trash compactors, you could hide a wolf from CSI. It's not designed for that. So that's the thing. So I'm looking into that right now. I'm gonna hack it. I'm really gonna hack it out. I don't care, but I'm gonna. Yeah, so that's what they're doing. City of Morgan Hill had some like weird conspiracies, because when I first moved to San Jose, the rec room, I danced with Britney Spears, and some of the Morgan Hill posses came like a week or less later. So I'm going to talk to you about that, and I'm going to do a live stream at San Jose Stage Company, which is down a few blocks on William Avenue, so please stay tuned for that. As a lifting Rocky Horror backdrop and a red carpet. If they don't jam it, of course. They might. There's no saying what they're going to do. This is so malicious. I don't know what to do. But yeah, so it was not a prior restraint. It was some kind of public infrastructure thing. So the thing that keeps critical infrastructure, like public utilities, out of the news is what they're trying to keep my album out of the news with. So I'll say a blackout. It's not a water main, it's not a power line, but they were treating like one just to keep it out of the media. So I'm gonna fix that right now, And I'll probably do another live stream within an hour. So cheers. I'm Joseph the Wolf from Messiah Study. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Joseph Study. Follow me on my main website, which is www.actor. This one's my backup website, www.com. If you want to know what I do acting, modeling, performing, politics, singing. Acting is work, modeling is work, performing is work, politics is work, and singing is work. That's some promotion jingles. So cheers. I'm Joseph the Wolf from Messiah. Again, thank you for watching. I'm Joseph the Wolf from Messiah. Again, I'm Joseph the world famous A-list celebrity.